Women in biblical narratives often play critical roles, yet their contributions and stories are frequently underrepresented or overlooked in mainstream discussions. When we speak of the context and importance of women in biblical narratives, we're referring to the need to acknowledge and appreciate the significant roles women have played in these ancient texts. This involves understanding the cultural, historical, and social contexts in which these women lived and the impact they've had on both their immediate surroundings and the broader theological and moral lessons of the Bible. The significance of this topic lies in the fact that by examining these narratives through a more inclusive lens, we gain a deeper understanding of the Bible's teachings in the diverse range of human experiences it encompasses. Women in the Bible, despite societal limitations, often act as catalysts for change, display profound faith, and demonstrate leadership and wisdom. Highlighting their contributions provides a more balanced view of biblical history and encourages contemporary discussions about gender roles and equality. One poignant example is Deborah, a prophetess and judge in the book of Judges who led the Israelites to victory over Canaanite oppressors. Her story challenges traditional views of leadership and demonstrates that wisdom and courage are not confined by gender. Another example is Ruth, whose loyalty and determination not only secured her own future, but also played a pivotal role in the lineage of King David, highlighting themes of loyalty, love, and redemption. There are scholars and theologians who argue that these narratives offer valuable insights into the resilience and influence of women, often serving as moral and spiritual exemplars. However, these stories can also spark debates. Some interpret them as products of their time, reflecting patriarchal norms that limit women's roles. Others view them as transcending those norms, illustrating the power and agency of women in historical contexts. This examination connects to broader discussions within the Bible about power, authority, and the human condition. By bringing these women's stories to light, we not only honor their unsung impact, but also inform contemporary conversations on gender equality and justice. Exploring these narratives underscores the timeless relevance of the Bible and its capacity to teach lessons about human dignity and the value of every individual, regardless of gender. It invites us to reconsider how we interpret ancient texts and the implications for today's societal norms. The heading Key Figures Unsung Heroines of the Old Testament delves into a fascinating, yet often overlooked segment of biblical history, highlighting the remarkable women whose stories have been overshadowed in traditional narratives. These women, while not always at the forefront of biblical tales, played crucial roles in shaping the course of events and deeply influencing the spiritual and cultural landscape of their times. By bringing their stories to the forefront, we gain a richer and more nuanced understanding of biblical history and its impact. The significance of recognizing these unsung heroines lies in acknowledging the indirect, yet profound impact they had on the unfolding of biblical events. Their narratives offer insights into the societal norms, challenges, and opportunities that women faced in those times, often reflecting resilience, wisdom, and courage in the face of adversity. By examining their lives, we broaden the discourse around the contributions of women in religious texts and inspire contemporary conversations about gender, roles, and recognition. Consider the story of Deborah, a prophetess and judge, who stands out for her leadership and military strategy in aiding the Israelites against Canaanite oppression. Her story demonstrates that women, even in ancient times, held positions of significant authority and influence. Another compelling example is Rahab, who, despite being a non-Israelite and a prostitute, played a pivotal role in the fall of Jericho by protecting Israelite spies. Her actions not only secured her family's future, but also earned her a place in the lineage of Jesus, illustrating redemption and the breaking of societal barriers. Support for recognizing these heroines often comes from feminist theological perspectives, which advocate for a reevaluation of traditional interpretations that have marginalized women's stories. However, challenges arise from more conservative viewpoints that may resist redefining established narratives or expanding traditional roles. These unsung heroines connect to broader themes within the main topic by illuminating the diverse experiences of women in the Bible, from their struggles to their triumphs. Their stories challenge existing paradigms and inspire a more inclusive understanding of biblical texts, highlighting how women have always been integral to divine plans, even if their contributions have been historically minimized. By bringing these stories to light, we not only honor their legacy, but also foster a deeper appreciation for the complex tapestry of human experience within biblical history. The concept of significant women in the New Testament refers to the pivotal roles played by female figures in the New Testament of the Christian Bible. These women, often overlooked in traditional narratives and historical discourse, contributed profoundly to the spread of Christianity in the early church. Their stories exemplify courage, faith, and leadership, providing rich insights into the social and cultural dynamics of the time. The significance of highlighting these women relates directly to the broader topic of the women of the Bible, unsung heroines and their impact. By focusing on New Testament figures, we gain a more comprehensive understanding of how women influence religious and societal transformation, challenging the patriarchal structures of their era and offering alternative narratives of empowerment and service. Two notable examples from the New Testament include Mary Magdalene and Priscilla. Mary Magdalene is often recognized for her unwavering support and loyalty to Jesus, being one of the first witnesses to his resurrection. Her role underscores the importance of female discipleship and the recognition of women as key participants in the Christian faith. Priscilla, a missionary and early church leader, worked alongside her husband Aquila in spreading Christian teachings. Her mention in Acts and Paul's letters illustrates the active and intellectual contributions of women in theological discourse and community leadership. These examples highlight the diverse roles women played, ranging from followers to leaders, and their lasting impact on religious teachings and practices. Opinions supporting the recognition of these women often emphasize the need for a more inclusive understanding of biblical history that acknowledges women's contributions. Many scholars and theologians argue that these figures provide essential models for contemporary discussions on gender equality and leadership within religious communities. However, challenges and controversies persist. Some traditional interpretations minimize or overlook the contributions of women, reflecting broader societal biases. Additionally, debates arise over the historical accuracy and interpretations of these women's roles, leading to differing perspectives on their significance. In exploring the roles of significant New Testament women, we connect to broader themes of empowerment, faith, and social change. Their stories challenge and influence contemporary discussions on gender roles within religious settings, inviting a reevaluation of how women are perceived and valued in both historical and modern contexts. These narratives not only enrich our understanding of biblical history, but also inspire ongoing dialogue about gender equality and the celebration of women's contributions across all facets of life. The heading Impact on Judaism and Early Christianity delves into the significant roles that women played in shaping these religious traditions. While often not highlighted in mainstream discussions, these women provided foundational contributions that influenced religious practices, cultural norms, and theological developments in both Judaism and early Christianity. The significance of this topic lies in recognizing how these women, often considered unsung heroines, helped shape historical trajectories in religious teachings. Their stories offer insights into the lived experiences of women in ancient times and highlight the gender dynamics within these religious communities. For instance, Deborah, a prophetess and judge in the Hebrew Bible, exemplifies the impact women had on Judaism. She was a military leader and a wise counselor who played a crucial role in delivering the Israelites from oppression. Her story underscores the authority and respect women could wield in a religious context, challenging the notion that leadership was solely a male domain. In early Christianity, we see figures like Phoebe, mentioned in the New Testament as a deacon of the church in Cenchreae. Paul's greeting to her in his letter to the Romans suggests that she held a significant role in the early church's outreach and administration. Her example indicates that women were integral to the spread and establishment of early Christian communities. Scholars and theologians often support the idea that despite their limited textual presence, women's contributions were vital. They argue that recognizing these contributions can lead to a more comprehensive understanding of religious history and potentially inspire contemporary discussions on gender equality within religious institutions. However, challenges and controversies abound. Traditional interpretations of religious texts have frequently minimized or overlooked women's roles, leading to debates over their historical significance. Some argue that the patriarchal structures of the time inherently limited women's influence, suggesting that a modern reevaluation might overstate their impact. This exploration of women's impact connects with broader discussions on gender dynamics within religious history, encouraging a re-examination of how these narratives have shaped contemporary views. By recognizing the multifaceted roles women played, we can appreciate a more diverse and inclusive historical narrative, influencing both historical understanding and current discourse on gender and religion.